Look at Dominic. Wait.
Mr. Patrick Dixon.
Oh.
Hey!
Pat Dixon.
I will wait
Hello.
to take that before I go pee.
Hey, I was wondering if you were going to call in.
All right,
Of course, man. I wouldn't miss it. And hello, Steve. Hello, Jimmy. Hello, Garrett.
What's up, Pat?
Hey, Pat.
Sorry to hear about your jobs.
Thank
Hey,
you.
Drew. What's up, man? Oh, you weren't on camera.
It's almost
What's
like
going
we
on?
work together sometimes.
Wow. What a crowd. What a crowd.
What's going on?
How you doing?
Man, I've been sitting here listening to this debate, watching this debate, and it's, wow, man. Do we ever have a doddering idiot for a president right now?
All right,
Holy
perfect.
shit.
We've been totally oblivious to the debate.
We've been focused on being fired for the last couple hours.
Fill us in though. What's going on? How's the mic system working and all that stuff?
They shut down Trump.
Yeah, no, believe it or not, yeah, they've managed to everything's operating and Trump's killing it and
He is.
you know, in my opinion, it's pretty one-sided, you know. I mean, everything Biden says is like everything he said is just a lie. And none of that's true. And then he talks until he dead ends himself and then the moderator will save him.
Oh, okay.
There's been multiple times where Biden just trails off what he's saying, and like he keeps saying the wrong thing. He's like, "We got tons of trillionaires. I mean billionaires."
He said there were 1,000 trillionaires in the United States.
Yeah, he keeps fucking up, dude. Like, and Pat knows this, that I've never been a Trump fan or whatever, but like, truth is truth and real is real, and like, fucking Biden is just like being disgusting on that debate, and Trump is just being what he's supposed to be, is just like cordial, to the point, and he's slaying. He's slaying.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank God Drew's watching the debate while we're doing our show.
Who's been actively participating in this show? How are you doing that?
Tweets. Dave Smith is like tweeting live stuff and other people.
Well, Pat, I want to thank you for getting me on in front of the camera. Like, you were the impetus, almost like
I don't know what impetus means.
before I even knew what was happening. Like, Kevin Brennan's show left, and you wanted what I thought like more money, so you wanted to do an extra show, and you were like, "Hey, do you want to come on this new show I'm doing?" Thinking that you wanted to just be a guest and like fill in for Kevin because we had to replace him quickly, and then you were like, no, I want you to be like the co-host or like us do a show. And I was like, oh, all right. Yeah, but it worked out great, you know?
Yeah, it's still going on today. I'm proud to see that. And really, I knew you'd be great. I mean, you're always, you've always, look, you're highly skilled when it comes to doing a show. You punch in just the right amount, and you know when not to, and your timing and all that stuff has always been great. It was funny at first. You used to bring in a lot of research and stuff too, and those were great episodes, because you had a lot. I mean, it was always interesting, But then eventually, it was less and less and less until it seems like finally it ended up being just kind of an improvised thing. But absolutely, man. Yeah, I mean, I don't consider that to be any favor that I did for you or anything. It's more like. It was about time, I mean, I was happy to do the show with you, I couldn't believe nobody ever thought of it before.
But like you don't take credit, but like it really was the first thing I ever. Someone like, besides being a guest on a podcast or something, it was like kind of the first time.
You understand the two of you have implanted Darman so deep into the recesses of my fucking brain that it's permanently there. Whenever I see shitty acting or just someone acting in a way that I think is like too on purpose and too on the nose, I'm like, oh, that's Darman shit. That's fucking Darman. And it's because of the two of you.
That's true.
It's one of my favorite references to everybody kind of knows it.
And when no one understands why it's popular and anything, nothing, but yeah, the mystery still surrounds it.
Two of you
It really does, yeah. It gets millions of views, people watching it, and it can't all be just haters laughing at it. It just can't be. There's not that many.
It's impossible.
Impossible, yeah.
Yeah, it was great to have, and you know what? There would have been no place for that on Crime Report or anything, So like it was that there needed to be a show, another general interest show that would bring stuff like that, and it was one of the most popular shows, and I guess still is. To this, since you guys are closing it out here, it's the most popular show remaining on the network.
Any other compound memories?
Well, I came in and didn't know the whole O&A catalog and stuff. I was kind of unusual that way because I mean, I just my situation was I was never around in a market they were in, and I didn't have Sirius satellite or anything. So I kind of developed my respect for Ant, through listening back, of course, but also just through working with him and seeing him do his show, and like it just grew and grew and grew, all the time, and like obviously. He was the boss, but he was also just a really impressive, funny guy. And I got a lot out of working with him. And, even when he fired me, we were laughing. And it was just like every conversation I ever had with him, was just chill, and great. And how many bosses can you say that about?
Yeah, I remember the first time you were on his show in the basement. I want to say it was like Luis Gomez recommended you or something. Someone from the Skanks knew you, I think, and you came on as like Crime Report Pat Dixon, like you had stories ready, and you did like stories with Anthony that you had like written out, your Pat way of writing out the stories and stuff. It was great, yeah. And
Yeah,
I remember immediately like saying to Keith, like, "Oh, this guy should have a show."
Oh, wow, thanks. I mean, of course, Keith didn't act immediately. He was sort of, I had to keep, on him about it, hey, for your consideration and everything. But I was really grateful for the opportunity that Lewis asked me to come in and I guess fill in for Big J, who was out or something.
Oh, okay.
And it wasn't exactly like that, but it was also, it was just a huge opportunity. So, yeah, Louis J. Gomez influenced my life greatly there. And I was one of the first shows on. I mean, it was just me, Gavin, I guess Legion of Skanks, and Ant.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed doing the show. I mean, it really did change the way that I performed. It changed the way I thought about comedy in general. Doing a live show is so different, and it really did scratch a new itch that I didn't even know I had.
Remember those first years of Crime Report where Chris Laker would be like off to my right here, and we had a camera set up with the green screen, and he would pretend he was like on the street and everything.
Yes.
Yeah. And
yeah, it was wild, wasn't it? It was a lot of like little scripted bits and stuff, and a lot. There was this, of course, Lainey had her topless ladies that we would have on and stuff. That was always a blast, and because it was
Figs was a big part of it.
Mike Figs, Nate Fridson, and the Frid Zone or something. It was like a Sports Center ripoff kind of thing.
Yeah, and it would just get weirder and weirder. The Fritz. So he was great, and they were really, man. Everybody who I go back and look, and I'm like, I don't even know who this guy is, but he's great, Not Frid, but whoever. We had so many guests and so much. I mean, it got a little wild. It got a little circus-like at one time, and that was fine. We had to eventually the show is what the show is, and it was so much fun doing it. And look. I always wanted to do more, that was my thing. I just, all I wanted was to do more shows and to do more on the network.
Yeah, well, you did the Trump show.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And,
yeah, Trump was great. That was, people really liked it. They never would pay us for it, though.
No,
that was kind of, it wasn't an issue right at first, but after over a year, it gets to be like, all right, now, come on, really. Gotta have it. Oh, look at this. Here we are together again at the desk.
TBD. Play that intro, Drew.
The worst one in Compound, on Compound, the worst intro.
I always liked the intro, but yeah.
You always put a lot of work into things that really didn't matter.
That's true.
There's an art in that, though,
Yeah, I mean, like, I used to do that. I would spend, at first, I don't know how, if it was a year or more, but I used to spend so much time making a new intro for every crime report. And then I would realize, like, that is what I spent all my time on, and I didn't have anything else prepared.
Zero time on the prep.
Do you still do you still do pussy mouths? Pussy lips?
Oh, even Rumble might not really like that. That's where I'm doing a show. I can do it totally uncensored, but you see, I'm using a PC now instead of a Mac, so the pussy lips faces are like... I'm showing the old Compound shows over on my locals now, so they're there.
Oh, nice.
the whole catalog is going up a few at a time, and there's already quite a few of them up there. So I'm really happy to feature those, because and it was really cool of Compound to send them back and make sure that I had them and everything. So I get to relive all that, and those were great shows, and it was great times. I mean, it was Trump years, and everybody was just having a ball. I really missed the Eastside Dave. I hated to see him go.
And Roy Harder, yeah.
Well, and Talib Starks.
Talib, yeah. So that's what I was going to ask. What happened to NFL?
You know what? Typical Talib fashion. It just ended. He's like, "Yep." It threw a text. I've got other shit to do, and this, But we did it for a little while, and it was man, it was fun. It was a new iteration and everything, but it was the whole show, and it was kind of like what people had wanted back then. A whole show of the NNFL.
Totally.
But it's so hard to get the word out, to
know.
people. That's why, my Rumble show is on. I do a live stream like every night at 11. And it's just under my name, Pat Dixon, with no spaces. And I tweet the link out every night. So, if people run out of shit to watch, by all means.
I know. That's what I'm worried about, too. It's just like we have a fan base, but it's limited. It's hard. I don't know how to expand it.
Yeah, well, it's and how to drag them anywhere else sometimes, too.
Yeah.
But what are you gonna do? I mean, like within is this show gonna keep going? TBD?
We call it Garrett and Steve now. Sorry, no offense.
No big deal.
But Steve's name wasn't Pat, so we couldn't call it Garrett and Pat. But yeah, we're gonna try to keep it going on Twitter or something like that.
Yeah, well, I mean, Twitter's a great place for it, and you might as well. Why not YouTube? I mean,
I know, but the things you could say on Twitter, I feel like are more than what you can do on YouTube.
You can do a lot on YouTube. It just depends on if your ex-girlfriend wants to take your channel off the air like mine did. So I didn't win in all that, Yeah, that turned out to be going off with my ex-girlfriend and being together and shit. Did not pay off in the end. Did not pay off. Yeah, I mean, look, she's just horrible, but she did get rid of my channel, and so I was making good money on YouTube. I was making like $5,000 a month, just gone. Jesus. But it was, technically it was ban evasion, so all that had to be done was a quick tattle to YouTube, and say, hey, this is happening.
Who did this?
His ex-girlfriend.
Felicia Gillespie.
He wasn't naming names, but he named names.
Yeah, now I'm saying names. Why not?
Pat, am I right that you were her babysitter at one point?
No, that's not true. No, I think we might have kidded around about that, but I might as well.
Her babysitter at one point.
She was 20 when I met her, so she didn't really need babysitting. No diaper changes or anything like that. Yeah.
All right.
But
well,
hey, anyway, and to get it off that, just to say, I'm glad that you guys are going to keep doing the show, and I hope you keep doing it regardless, just no matter what. I guess the money will not be there necessarily. I doubt Ant's going to pay you to do it on Twitter.
No, Ant's not paying us anymore.
No, yeah.
Anthony has cut all ties with paying us. Yeah.
Well, damn. What happened? You're a tech guy, and and Steve, you guys have been in there for years, not even.
I know.
What's up? What's going to happen?
He merged with Gavin.
And he didn't need tech guys.
It didn't need tech guys anymore because they just. Ryan. Remember Ryan, who me and John trained on the TriCaster and the audio board so he could come in and run Crime Report when you wanted to do extra shows? That guy who we trained is now taking our job and going to be producing Anthony's show.
Well, these damn migrants. What are you going to do? But he's highly skilled, man, and he'll be.
No, he is. He's very talented, and yeah.
Races.
And it'll be in good hands. Yeah. But it will be, certainly missed. I'm sure. Like you guys were. You're a big part of Ant's show. You know, especially. You longer than anybody.
I know, but it was different once he moved to South Carolina. You know, it wasn't like we were in the same room and could easily, you know, go back and forth kind of thing. It kind of changed the dynamic of the show, and it was more just him monologuing to the camera.
Monologuing.
Well, he's very good at that. That's for sure.
He is.
I mean, like he can do that for hours without any kind of a starting point.
Exactly.
He's really highly skilled that way.
Yep.
Why don't you guys go see if Opie wants to hire you?
Pat, do you get mad that Ryan is the more famous Pat Dixon now?
Yeah, being Caucasian, Pat Dixon, round eye, Pat Dixon. Well, hey, I don't know if I'd go that far, Drew. Damn. I mean, yeah, he's look. I'm very happy about his success and everything. I still can't believe Gavin stole him away from me. Just by paying him.
I know, but good for him. I guess.
People and money, they want to make it.
Yep.
Are you excited now that since the merging of the companies, you and Gino
Not really.
will be under the same roof?
You're back on Compound.
With Gino.
You did it.
I don't know anything about that. I don't make any comment about that. I know nothing. I know zero. But, I'm just going to keep doing Crime Report. I've been doing New York City Crime Report over there for, going on 2 years now. It'll be 2 years.
Yeah.
This coming fall. It's hard to believe, right?
It seems so short ago because Gino still brings it up like it just happened recently. But yeah, it's been a while.
I don't. I've once court was finished for me, it was like I'd like to whatever. It was a lot of effort. You know what I mean? A lot of money, but I mean that's what has to be done when you're.
When you punch someone in the face, yeah.
At any rate, though, the show over there on Censored that I've been doing lately, I'm really happy with. My episode with T.J. Harker this week is a great one. He's a former federal prosecutor, and he's just got a lot of smart shit to say.
Wait, hold on. I just have one question.
Uh-oh.
So there's going to be some sort of incarnation of Compound with Pat Dixon and Gino and not me.
It's Bill Schulz.
I heard you, Pat.
The bull.
I heard you say that you had a couple laughs with Cumia when you got fired. I don't recall the laughs.
No.
And I got fired.
Didn't get a lot of laughs.
Yeah, but no, that's cool. That's cool. Continue with this journey.
You didn't get a phone call?
I'm just here to hear your journey.
Look, I mean, that's what happened. He called, and I returned his call, and then we spoke.
This is great. No, I'm fucking happy.
It was awesome.
So happy.
Did I
Again,
get fired?
happy for the journey. No, that's really happening. Wow. Wow.
Pat's just having to fuck up at the right time, really, And I feel like he gave you just kind of
I have no pliers.
Deal. Like when you went over to Censored, he was just basically like, whatever you do, like he kind of gave you a free show kind of thing.
Jesus fucking Christ. No, again, hashtag blessed. And happy for his journey. Wow.
I don't even know. What are you upset about? What are you talking about?
I'm upset about the fact that I'm alive. All right, that's all it is, Pat.
That's the same thing I'm upset about.
Hi, Garrett and Steve.
Hey, Bill.
Sorry, I was a little.
You just got the Schultz. That's what happened.
Yeah.
The bull showed up.
The bull's here. I love that graphic. I was about to say graphic, but.
All right, Pat. Well, we'll let you go. You got anything to plug?
Yeah. Sounds like a good idea. And
aside from Gino in the face.
Enjoy your.
You'll be like what?
Hey, Bill, do a couple of lines for me. You cokehead.
What is going on?
Later.
Black is white. Up is down.
Thank you for.
What is happening?
Oh, I was enjoying that. Why'd you get him off the phone?
Oh, my God. I hate everything.
Yeah, Gino and Pat are it's going to be called In Hot Crime. And the two of them are going to be, Pat's going to do the voices and the characters.
Honestly, I'd watch that. I would watch that.
And Gino's going to be the straight man.
I would watch any show that
I would watch the fuck out of that.
did together.
And like,
I would watch the
dude,
fuck out of that.
they should consider it.
It's a great keep your gems to yourself. You're wasting it, right? That like they're gonna take it from you, but God.
I think they should. It should.
Oh my
You know, and Pat,
God.
I'm back at it again.
Hell.
So, Bill, tell us, how do you deal with a firing from Compound Media?
Laughs. Me and the boss had a good couple chuckles. That's how it
I
is.
don't remember that part.
By the way, I can dog walk for cheap.
Ooh,
Yeah,